All right. Well, we're live. I'm going to jump over to YouTube and see what it looks like. Yeah, see, this is the problem that I was always running into, is when I was doing this, it wasn't picking up the scheduled thing that I did. So it starts a completely new stream. I don't know how to not do that, but anyway. 3 out of 6 people on the stream. Well, hello.
Oh my, is that a Johnny Builds?
Now.
Yeah. This is a mess.
Well, welcome everybody. Welcome you too. I'm going to give it a few minutes, but because I was just telling Kyle that the
Who's that?
Bab. Bab. I was telling Bab that hello Missy, that the I create a scheduled event in YouTube, but then when I do restream, it's different from OBS where like you can tell it which one you're going to do. And I thought I did that in this case, but it doesn't pick it up. So on my channel, you can still see that it's waiting to go live, and there's this one that's actually live right now. So it's a little but this works. This is cool. We got music. We got people with their studio screens up. We got people in chat. It's all good. I have captions. Ooh, I need to put yours in here.
There we go. That's better. All right. I guess that's up to you. You can control our input levels, right? For volume?
Kind of, I think.
Okay.
Let me, yeah, I can make you a little lower or whatever you want.
Oh, no, it's up to you. Yeah, it's up to you. No. I don't know because I was waiting on the original stream, but I'm waiting for it, and I was like, oh, it's somewhere else.
No, it's, that's...
Oh, no, I sound good. Okay, that's good.
Excuse me. Where is your stream?
What?
Where's your channel?
At Johnny Builds.
I know, but it's...
Oh, is it being silly?
It comes up with this one that I'm not subscribed to.
Oh.
That it's furniture and crafts with wood and metal, which I don't think
that's Johnny Builds.
With a Z.
He has a S. I have a Z. And I started off being Johnny Builds, and then there's that guy, and I'm like, oh, I need the Z.
Right. Come on, man. Channels. This is dumb. Subscriptions. Show more. That one. That's so dumb. All right. So yeah, I haven't done this in a while, so I'm Johnny Builds with a Z. Also, there's no H.
Right, correct.
So
here, I can
that.
just put it in the. I can just put it in the chat. Oh, there I am. Yep.
Yeah.
That's me.
So, what's up, Haley? Thanks for being here. We're going to test out something tonight. So this was a big test. I don't know if I'm going to do this for my 72-hour stupid build or stupid thing that's 7 a.m. on Sunday. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I think I might just I have it set I can build. I might just do that. But I thought this would be fun because I know there are people who do studio stuff. So I thought we'd try something new that I didn't even know was available until Matt pointed it out, is this BrickLink build together option. Now you have to be signed in. If you're using Studio, you have to be signed into your BrickLink account. So if you haven't done that, do that. And I think I just act as a server. So my ID this is my ID and I'm hosting. So if you looked up, I'll put it in the chat in case it's hard to read on the screen. That's the server name. And if I just host, let's see what happens. Allow access. Oh, stupid Windows Defender. Your session has been created. Your friends can join using your ID and the session password. So now you should be able to join.
And join you must. Because
Well, here's the thing. Like, I was thinking this is fun. This would be cool to do if like you were actually working on a project with somebody together. While we're streaming, I'm like, what are we gonna do? Or we're gonna race on screen on green screen.
So my race is disassembling. So this is, you recognize this obviously.
Yeah,
Sure.
that looks familiar. Where's mine? This is as far as I got with mine until I realized I'm missing some pieces.
Oh, well, here's that whole part. That's the first bag.
Yeah. So I got this far.
I did some of that last night while Vab was working on showing his demonstration stuff.
Look, we got co-building stuff going on. That's so rad. That's so cool. Yeah, so I got this far on the fuselage, and I started doing the wing bits.
Yep.
Like, that go off the side, right? And I realized I only have one of these wedge plates.
Oh no! Here,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
give you
really
mine.
Crazy.
Here.
And
Take
then
it.
there's a bunch of like 2 by 12 bricks or something. Yeah, I know I had them. I just don't know where they are, so I'm just gonna order more of them.
Right.
So the first thing I noticed is,
Vab needs to mirror.
yeah, it's tripping me out.
Go to your settings, Vab,
Maybe I can do
because
it.
I had to do this to mine. And right
Oh.
under video, it's mirror camera or mirror whatever, and it should flip it, so you can be how you normally are.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it in OBS. Or do I need to do that on the webs?
On the other thing, the restream, because it's a personal setting for the restream.
Oh, is that something you can do personally?
Yep, watch. I'll just switch it back. Whoops. There we go. See, I'm reversed again. There you go.
Aha.
Yeah. Which is nice they can do that, because OBS always does it direct. You know what I mean? Like, it's what you see is what is.
Yeah. So this is really cool. I don't know necessarily what, like, if we're working on a project together and like, you know, we needed 4 or 5 people to kind of be able to get hands in to design something, rather than, because I know you guys have watched enough streams where somebody's building along and you're like, I know exactly what part they need and they don't know it. So rather than, you know, them sitting there going, oh, what is that called? It's a handlebar, it's a utensil, it's a something or other. You can just say, oh, it's that one thing, and find it and jam it into the build space. So that's a cool. Other than that, I don't know what, like, contest-wise you can do for that, or, you know, that kind of thing.
Right. Well, I mean,
make it fun and interesting for other people.
well, that's kind of, I think, and that's what Vab and I started with, because we're like, well, we've never seen anyone do anything like that, so what else can we do? So it's like, no one's done that stuff, so what can we do?
Yeah, it just becomes trial and error at that point.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you could do races, like it's one screen, like if we just wanted to share one screen and then like this, and then have everybody kind of underneath it, so all you see is the one screen going, and then everybody, background music a tiny bit lower. You got it.
It's groovy though, I like it.
Is that better? I can barely hear it, so.
I hear it a little bit. It's good.
I want to make.
Let me hear how it is on the stream.
Everybody's happy. So
Well, that's a good level.
cool. So I'm still a fan of making Vlasic space. This made me giggle to no end when we were doing this, getting these logos on here and stuff.
The logo is so great. I love it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had another idea to make kind of a what's the word I'm looking for? I probably need to do a new file, but like a Galactic Explorer kind of. Oh, look at that! You got your own tile in there. Somebody's making
I
a
love
stamp.
it. All right. Hi, Zisu. Hi, Dusty.
Zisu, what's up? So we're doing a shared studio build. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm not going to do that.
That's actually pretty awesome that he was able to just put that down there. It's like, boop.
Did you already have that built out?
Yeah, I just created it literally like 5 minutes before I got on stream with you.
Nice. That's so great.
Oh, you missed his stream last night where he had this epic intro video. It was so cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You'll have to go back and take a look. It's so neat.
I will. I'll go back and watch it. I know he was streaming last night, and I was like, "Dang it! I'm gonna be." We were at this place watching the World Cup.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
U.S. and the Netherlands playing.
Who won that, by the way?
It was a draw. It was 1-1.
Boo.
But it was so stressful. The best part of the game was there was I think it was the first half, or maybe it was the second half, and if it was early in the second half. There's a midfielder named Lindsay Horan, and she normally plays with Lyonnais something. I forget which football club she plays with, but anyway, her teammate on the team that they play for, not their national teams, but like their country team or their like MLS type of team. They're teammates on this team, but they're playing USA and Netherlands, right? So they're on opposite teams. And the one lady, her name is Van der Donk. She basically hip checked Haran and got her like kind of low on the leg, and it looked like her knee went out. And it was a big scary moment. And they had to stop play for a little bit, and you could see on the sideline, Haran was like, swearing at her, and you could read her lips. It was pretty obvious. And but then like the ref came in, and like she wasn't hardly calling any of the game. Like she was just letting everything go. It was a little frustrating. But so she brought the two players after they're like poking at each other and bumping into each other. She brought them together and kind of like had a come to Jesus kind of thing, where she's like, "All right, knock it off, you two." And then U.S. had a corner kick that went up, and Haran basically headed it in. It was like the most karmic goal ever. And then after that, kind of turned the tide a little bit, and the Dutch were playing very well up until that point, and then the Americans started playing really well, but they only ended up knotting it at 1 apiece. So it's kind of frustrating. I'm changing what it looks like, Dusty, because I realized what it looks like was a little awkward.
Thank you. I was trying so hard not to put any more onto that.
Yeah. So what I was trying to do is do like I think it's just because it's round. I think it's a problem.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah. I'm trying to do another pickle ship, but make it look kind of like the Galaxy Defender kind of thing, where it's like a big wedge.
And you're kind of stuck with pickles as well. what do they look like? You know. So,
Yeah, it's like they're round and phallic. So
What about making a pickle mobile, kind of like the Oscar Mayer wiener thing?
yeah.
that would be cool. I mean, like a a rocket kind of. Oh, this is so bonkers frustrating. I hate this.
Call it your pocket rocket.
Like a 18-wheeler that's like, towing a ICBM or something, but it's a pickle and it looks like the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. That'd be hilarious. What is that? That's hilarious. So this is the experiment of we can do stuff together on this. Like Fab could be over on the other side doing a different build of some kind. I've just never seen this option before. I think it's kind of fun.
I wonder, like, has it been, Vab, you obviously knew about it, so to speak. Like, has it been in studio for a while, or?
It's been in studio since, I believe, since the pandemic started.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was because of the pandemic, too.
Yeah. I believe they put it in just because of that, just as a feature, so people could do what we're doing, obviously, right now.
Yeah.
Right. So Restream, Restream obviously lets you do one camera. It's not, it doesn't have the same capabilities as OBS, but
yeah,
it
there's
does
some
let you do
limitations
multiple.
to it.
Gotcha.
And I kind of cut
wonder-
you off there. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, does it allow you to pull in like an OBS stream? Like if you have OBS open, does it pick that up as like an input and be like, oh, I can use this as a camera? That way you have like all your prettiness and like multiple cameras or whatever, or does it not do that?
No,
Okay.
It's very much like I can add, if I wanted to add another camera, I can add another source. So I can add another camera if I wanted to. And I turn off mirror. So I can add a whole other camera here. And it didn't used to do that. So my big thing was I stopped using this. So I originally got a Restream account because I was able to do the joy of this was being able to stream to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. I think if you wanted to, like anything that could handle sort of a video input, you could stream at once to all these different places.
Right.
So you didn't have to like pick one, and then if you wanted to like show a VOD of something later, you download it and then upload it from Twitch to YouTube. You could just kind of broadcast to all of them.
Right.
And then I was paying for a subscription to it, like $20 a month, so I could stream to a Facebook page. Because if you wanted to stream to your own, like just your Facebook feed, that's free. But if you wanted to do it specifically to your own page, that's a pro account. You'd have to get charged.
Right.
I'll go ahead and turn that off.
Got to make the money for the fun stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So, so then it was like I was doing Twitch and YouTube together for a long time, and then I eventually got affiliate on Twitch, which meant you couldn't do that anymore. You can only once you make affiliate, you can only stream to Twitch by itself. You can't stream to any other thing live. You can't do Instagram Live, YouTube, anything like that while you're doing that. And you have to wait 24 hours before you upload it to another service. So if you wanted to do VOD to YouTube, you have to wait 24 hours. And I'm like, well, that sort of eliminates the need for me to use this service at all.
Right.
So that's when I finally knuckled down and I got OBS, and I figured out how to, because I was like, I could do that with OBS, but it was like the way I was doing it was like a real pain in the butt. Because I would have to inject it from OBS into Restream, which then sort of like broadcasts out to all the other locations. Take care, Dusty. Have a good one. I know it's like 3 in the morning for you, so appreciate you dropping by.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so I stopped doing that, and then just have been doing what is it called? OBS ever since.
Right.
Except for like times like this where you want to have a couple people in with you, because that's always nice. So this is akin to like StreamYard. Everybody's using StreamYard.
Well, that's why we tried out the whole Video Ninja thing when I did, and we found that works pretty darn well.
Yeah.
And it'll work better now that I have better internet too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I was trying a lot of this stuff. Bluegrass Bricks, how's it going? I was trying a lot of this stuff originally on Wi-Fi, and I have an okay like account, but your Wi-Fi is limited. Look at this. Look at that going. Gonna make a pickle.
I like that.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, I can make the shaft bigger if you really want.
You know, it's not all about length.
That's what she said. Go for some girth.
It's not the size of the ship, it's how you dock it.
I can make a very sizable dock if you really want me to.
I mean, that's kind of in your handle too.
Now you're talking about handling it.
Okay, easy. We're still on YouTube.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, I don't care. I had a friend of mine. Oh, you know what's squirrely? This is like whenever somebody changes the floor level, it changes for everybody.
Oh.
So like if I lower this all the way down, it's going to change it for him. So the next time he places a brick, it'll go way below what he's building.
Huh.
So that's something to keep cognizant of. I had a friend who's like, they wanted their child to watch this. They're like, is your stream child friendly? And I'm like, well, kind of. Like, I don't go out of my way to be lewd and crass and stuff. But there are times where I'll swear and I'll forget that I'm not supposed to swear. And for a time, I was doing this by myself, and I'd be featuring, hey, look at this beer that I just got. And like right off the bat, this is the latest brewery that I'm featuring.
Right.
And so it's like, so it's not geared toward 8-year-olds, but there's no reason an 8-year-old couldn't watch it, because we're doing Lego stuff, you know?
Right. Well, that's what I do with my streams too. I always do them as, you know, I post them as not, you know, child friendly, so to speak, because I'm like, you never know when something's going to happen.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee that someone's not going to be in chat or do something, or I'm not going to accidentally boom, you know.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's like, I'm building this giant Hogwarts thing, and it is huge, and you know, things get said. So.
Yeah, and when you're doing Star Wars and Harry Potter and stuff, there's sort of you're going to attract a certain group of viewers.
Correct.
Who like that, you know, so you just kind of have to be aware of it. Innuendo and out the other. All in your endo.
So I'm busy taking this apart because I had stolen the pieces essentially for our display at the Trolley Museum during the Christmas season. We did half. You might have seen it. I don't know. I posted on Instagram and other places, but we did like half regular town, and then the other half was Hoth. You know, it was like the Hoth battle.
Oh, nice.
So I had like my giant UCS AT-AT. The Falcon was there, and I needed some round bricks and stuff in order to make the gun turrets and stuff for the Rebels. So I was like, perfect cylinders are on the Rebel Blockade Runner, and I was like, I want to rebuild it at some point anyway, and be cool to stream it, because again, it's an old set like I did with the Death Star, and most people haven't seen it, and they've seen the newer one, if anything. So I was like, well, good opportunity. Now I'm slowly looking through the instructions and getting everything organized so I can have them ready to go.
I've
ordered my new decals too.
I just got. I was like, I have all my other UCS stuff up on the shelf. Why don't I have the Tanta V4 up there? So I was like, yeah, I'll do that. I found a dude.
Look at those decals. Look how brittle. It's like all coming off.
Yeah, same. Mine. Yep. I think I still have.
Oh yeah, that part's even worse.
All these guys with the decals that are barely hanging on.
So I ordered my new ones. They're not from the one I found you, that link, but they're from another one that one of our other lug members, Kevin, had. He said and they have all the UCS sets, which is awesome, and a bunch of other Lego sets, like tons of them.
Oh, cool.
And they're from, where were they from? Netherlands? Somewhere around there. But it was like $7. I was like, I can't go wrong.
Oh wow, that's the whole sheet instead of 20.
Shipping and everything was $7.
Goodness gracious.
And I'm like, or probably a little bit more, but like, gosh, I was like, yeah, I'm not spending $20 when I can get it for $7.
Yeah, you'll have to send me that if they still have some.
Yep. Oh no, they have tons of them. So yeah, I'll definitely do that.
I was posting on our on the LAN, the Ambassador Network, and somebody had said they just did a discussion post about what is your current white whale, and I was like, well, I mean, everybody's probably got like Cafe Corner or some modular or something like that. I'm like, honestly, I just want a UCS Y-Wing, even a new one. Like, I don't care if it's the old one or the new one. And I was like, they're not that hard to come by and they're not that expensive, And I was like, I wouldn't even mind an open one. I don't need it doesn't have to be in box.
That thing?
It just, something I can build if it's a part and just kind of display, right? That's all I need.
Yep.
And
that thing right there, right?
What's that?
That thing right there.
Oh, you got it.
Yep. That's the newer one.
Oh, that's the newer one? Cool.
Yeah.
So everybody's posting their wants and their whatevers on this post. And this guy messages me, and he's in Australia. And hang on one second. Oh, wait. Could you guys hear me? I just realized my camera's been picking up my audio, not my mic. Oh, I'm gonna have to change because I hit the mute button on my mic, and I looked over and the mute's been on this whole time, and I'm like, wait a minute, nobody said anything.
Oh, I thought you were just going along and just telling people.
Yeah, text me when you get there.
I'll text you when I get there, or at 11:30.
Yeah, or at 11:30 or tomorrow or whatever. Love you too.
Love you too.
Everyone.
Bye.
God, that's so funny. Let me see if I can fix that. I can change it midstream.
That was funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there we go. That's better.
So does it sound better now?
Yes, it sounds more like you.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm sitting there and I had it muted earlier because I was coughing and then I just didn't turn it back on. That's crazy. All right. So anyway. So yeah, this dude messages me from Australia and he's like, well, now I know he's in Perth. And I was like, I know a bunch of people in Perth from the Lego community streams. He's like, I got these from somebody. I got like 3 or 4 of them. These UCS from somebody a long time ago. And he's like, and I've got all the pieces out that I need and I've built the ones that I want. And I have the Y-Wing and it's like 90% complete.
Oh.
I will take it apart for you and ship it to you. And all you have to pay for is shipping.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'm like, what is shipping from Perth for a box that size? I'm like, $40-50. I will totally do it.
Yeah.
So I got to find 10% of the parts. And he's like, it comes with the figures. It comes with like it's all the non-important pieces that are missing. And I'm like, perfect. I'll just, whatever I need, I'll get. So that's great.
Right.
So now I just need to do a nice, then I'll have 4 out of the 5 Alphabet Squadron ships from
That's
the
nice.
books. I'll be able to do, I'll just need a U-wing after that. All right, so here's, I don't like this. Let me get rid of this.
It's sometimes hard finding these pieces.
I was watching another streamer today. When I hadn't watched, it was on the 72-hour stream, and somebody named Rula
Okay.
or Laru. I'm assuming European because he said it was midnight when it was not midnight. What, baby? But it was funny because he was building the Death Star thing that you guys had done a couple weeks ago, and
the little one.
the little with the gift with purchase, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I can't find this one piece. I'm looking for this black clip, and I can't find it, and all this stuff. And everybody in the chat's like, I can see it from here. And he kept going on and on. He's like, this is the first time Lego is, I guess Lego's. I'm missing a piece. I'm gonna have to call customer service and all this stuff. And we're all like, we can see it. It's right there, And and then he's looking at the chat. He's like, oh. And then we're like, it's not black. It's dark gray. Look, it's right there. It's at the top of the screen. Pretty funny.
That is amazing. It's funny going back through some of these older sets, like the instructions for them, and seeing how poorly they did colors for them. Because, like, for instance, like this with the UCS Rebel Blockade Runner. So these darker, weird gray pieces, like this, are not dark gray in the instructions. They make them look almost like a tan color because they don't want it to blend in too much with black. So I was looking for one piece last night to finish up everything, and it was like the only piece that I had that was in my bag, and I'm like, this is the only one like it. It must be it. And then I went back through some of the other stuff. I'm like, oh, those are how the dark gray look. It just looks so wrong.
Yeah, the printing on that was really weird.
Yeah.
I had the same issue, and I was like, God, my eyes are getting just old because I can't. These do not look dark gray,
Nope.
I like not looking at whatever Bab's building for a little while and then coming over and kind of like being able to like drive into it and go, ooh, what's that? What do you got over here? And the thing is, the desire is not to like pull apart all the pieces. Like, well, I guess that doesn't go there anymore. You're done with that one.
I think that's fantastic though, how you both are doing that. It's just neat looking to see how that operates though. It's like, you're doing on the same screen. It's like, yes.
And you know what? It's really quick. Like this is really solid.
That was the issue I was thinking we were going to have. It was just going to stutter and it wasn't going to be worth it. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen if there's more people on it.
Yeah.
But with just the two of us on here, it seems to be going really well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really great. I mean, it's fairly, when you think about it, since it's just a CAD program, it's fairly procedural. It's not like it has to render a whole lot. It's pretty mathematical. So it's just points in places. And I think as long as each person's memory is all right, it's probably a decent, not having to work on too much resources for each side. What I'm gonna do, since I've got this and you're working on that, is I'm gonna go back to my parts designer. Where did parts designer go? Oh, part designer. I needed
No
to
S.
export those other pieces.
So it's kind of tough doing a reverse build, because like trying to get it ready for bags and stuff like that to make sure the right number of pieces are in, and to remember, oh, these are the ones I already put in.
Yeah, especially if it's already taken apart like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's one thing if it's fully complete and you're going from the instructions, you know exactly where everything is.
Right.
All right, so I got that one already and that one already.
There we go.
I need to do.
Hey, you are. Thanks for joining in.
What's up? You're okay?
You are okay. You have to say it. You have to say the first part, both
Oh, really?
letters. Yeah.
You know what's my stream? I gotta say what I want.
No, that's fine.
No,
She
that's
has like
cool.
that's
What's
a
up?
game
You are
character.
okay? Huh?
It's a game character she's had for a while, and she has another game
Oh.
character that is "Are you okay?"
I see. How did I do this? Did I have to do a new one for each of these?
I'm watching very intently how Vab is doing this.
I see already a glitch with rotation. It worked.
Those
fine
things
when
are
I
so weird to rotate.
Yeah, it's not working.
Can you do a connect once you get it rotated?
I can just shift it.
There's another. I thought you were doing this at first. So in doing the Harry Potter build on Tuesday, they had these things. They were clear, and we were putting them onto hooks. Very, very tiny. They got these. Come on.
The 1x1s with the handles?
It's but it's circular.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
It's the you put in people's hands to make like magic appear.
Kinda, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
And then we put this on top of it so it could have something else going inside of it. So it was really, really cool, like how they did that. In fact, what we were doing with this was we're putting the flying keys on here, like on a translucent brick with the decals on that.
Mm.
And it turned out really well, and I was impressed with how that worked. And those little things can just, be clipped to little hands, little handle things, and just like, hey, never thought to use that. The other cool thing I found, and I already took it apart, I wish I hadn't, but that part that you have, the front half of the ship,
Mm-hmm.
if you take off the two side things, like the, I don't even know what to call them. Yeah, the side.
things?
Yeah, if you take those things off, because you can just pull them out.
Right.
And look at how they have it arrayed so that they can make it so it's circular but also goes in.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a cannonball part on the top
Yep.
that they use to support it, and then half of one of those hinges on the bottom to help support the bottom of it. It is just I was like, that is just so unique how they made that work.
And the thing that bothered me was I was looking for the exact color of that toe ball, and I could not find it. I'm like, oh man! And then I was like, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be covered up. I'll just use any old piece,
Right? Yeah. As long as it fits.
Do this for every.
I feel the same way. Ah, here it is. Okay.
Save.
Always remember to save and make incremental backups.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get these other pieces exported over. So I'm trying not to save because it'll change it every time.
Right.
So I gave up my 11 a.m. slot on Sunday.
Oh, I heard you talking about that. I wasn't sure what had happened.
So my original slot is 10 a.m. and there was another streamer that has been doing that. It's Brick Hive, and they do Good Morning Brick World, and they always do theirs from 9 to 11.
Oh, okay.
And I always go from 10 to noon or 10 to 11:30, so there's overlap, but they have thousands of subscribers and they got dozens of people watching per time. So despite the fact that I signed up first, Butt Chop actually asked, he's like, would you mind sliding back so they can go? And I was like, I don't care. I don't want to be the problem here. None of the selected components
the rules.
Hang on. Export. Yeah, so, but that left an 11 to noon open, and I was like, oh, well, I normally do 10 to noon, so I can do my 7 to 9, and then just, I can either stay on stream and, like, people can jump off and go watch Good Morning Brick World, or none of the components have, I don't understand what this is. None of the components have a model to export. What does that mean?
Well, that's a problem.
Export as, export to studio, selected parts only. Okay, well, that's weird. Okay, anyway. But then I was talking to Beth, and I was like, we haven't gone out of town. Let's take a little day trip and go somewhere. So we're gonna drive out to the hill country on Sunday after, because she won't get up till 9 a.m. anyway. So I was like, yeah, I'll do my stream, and then we can leave and go we're gonna go into the see a vineyard and go get brunch and go shopping and stuff. It'll be fun.
Well, that'll be fantastic.
Yeah, we haven't done something like that in a while. So I messaged Butt Chop and Brick Pasta, and I was like, hey, give my slot to somebody else. So hopefully somebody can pick up like a 1 hour stream if they want, like a new thing. What is Sunday? So ongoing right now, You Are Okay is a 72-hour community stream. I don't know if you are aware of that or not, but it's something.
I didn't mention when it was.
Oh, okay. Well, it's this weekend. It started today, and it goes from now until Sunday night. Yeah, Missy, we're gonna go up to Marble Falls, and we're gonna go. I think we've made a reservation at this winery to have like brunch or something, and then go into the little town and go shopping. I want to drive out to. There's a place called Granite Mountain, and there's like a big hill of just granite, but it's this special sunset pink granite, and it's the stone that the state capitol was made out of. And I want to take a picture near it since I made the capitol out of Lego, and because sunset pink granite is kind of a hard color to nail down in Lego. Let's see. It's a 2x2 tile. There's a tile. Windscreen. The windscreen. Hopefully these can be in some color. 1x2 brick. What was the other one I did? It was like a 3x6. Yeah, there it is. I think these are all the printed ones that I did. So the torso, these are all the ones. If and you want to use them for anything. Like I will probably do this guy right up front here. My luck. He doesn't exist in green, so that's a problem.
You have to figure out something else.
Yeah. Oh. You know what? And they're printed. So it won't tell me what colors are not available. Oh, I don't know. You are. We're in Austin. So it's the Texas state capital.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what the Pennsylvania state capital is made out of.
No, I don't know. I think someone did in our lug. I think someone did do the state capital. I can't remember though.
In Harrisburg, is that the capital?
Yes.
Okay. I was going through my Animaniac song of all the capitals, and I'm like, da 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 da. Harrisburg in Pennsylvania, and Augusta's up, man. So I can name all the 50 capitals, but I have to sing a song.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
So here's a question. Vab, if you go change your color palette, does that change mine too? Like if you turn the filter on and off?
Ooh. That's a good question.
Like if I turn the filter on, does that affect you?
No, I don't think it
wouldn't
does.
Yeah, I wouldn't think it would.
No, I do notice that when you do go in the color, it does show all the content color that's on the page. That's about the only thing that does really end up
Yeah, so like the content color, like if I did something new, it would add that for you.
I mean, that just makes it available, though, right?
Yeah, it doesn't really change anything.
Yeah.
That's cool, you are. That's why we learn. That's why we talk. That's why we reach out and make friends.
UR is the, she's my moderator on my stream.
Ah. Are you also part of Steel City Lug?
She is not.
Oh.
She is not on my side of the state, actually.
So this is something. All right. Is it just that? Yes, it is. Okay. So new thing that I didn't know. If you specifically have a custom part that you pulled over from Part Designer, it no longer gives you any colors.
Oh.
So like this is a regular part. Oh, that doesn't even. Oh no, it was selected. Regular part shows you all the available colors. I've got filter on for only available colors in that part. But if you have a printed part, it doesn't do any of that. So if you wanted to change the color, you'd have to turn the filter off to be able to pick a different color. So like if I wanted to make this trans yellow, which I think would be really weird with the that looks so funny. I can't handle it. Ugh.
Those were classic colors, though. I mean, like the trans yellow. That was old school.
Yeah, I mean that'll work somewhere on here at some point. I just like it with the with that dude's the face. That's just so dumb. 3x6 slope. I don't want to be in custom parts anymore. I want to do main. 3x6
So I just
So-
realized since we're doing this tandem, we could like do like, hey, Lego news. We could do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Like as we build.
Please do not bring up the Chewbacca set.
Oh, I'm gonna bring it up because it's terrible.
It
Oh my.
it is so bad. It's so bad.
I'm gonna keep
So
them off,
okay,
though.
I will say that it's not as bad as it could be, and I think they probably did as well as they could with the curved slopes, especially those like curved wedge slopes, like the 1x2s that kind of taper one side or another. They did the same thing with the the Statue of Liberty, where for folds in the clothing and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I get what they were going with, but it's so hard to make fur look good, you know. And there's a reason why the tiger doesn't. It's completely smooth. They didn't try to make fur.
They didn't try
right?
to force the realism.
Exactly. I think they probably could have done a better job maybe with making him smooth and then having some printed or stickered areas that had fur on it.
Mhm.
That may have been a little better. What's up, Brick Pasta? Yeah, we're doing a shared studio build. So Vab's building over here and I'm building over here.
And I have a mess.
And yeah, and Johnny's sorting. So this is something I wasn't aware that was available, is you can do a build together. And like one person can act as the server and the other person can remote in basically. So yeah, we're experimenting and I thought, well, we'll just do some more of this. So for those who aren't aware, this is my dumb idea to do Vlasic space instead of classic space.
I love corny humor. It's so great.
Yeah, this is the best. Oh, sand green. Dang it. All right, so one of these is older. Nope. I
So
got
you
both of
are
them.
you're saying you don't have a very active but there is one over. I mean, I would assume our you know, the eastern side of the state that they would have something, but it's not that active. Or have you not heard about it or anything?
Oh. So this can also be trans yellow. So
Oh, yeah.
they've changed. Bricklink has changed their colors.
Ooh.
They've added well, where is it? They've added trans brown.
That's really a color?
So yeah, the what ship was it? I think I already took it apart.
Because it was brown.
No, so what we consider trans black,
Yeah.
the smoky black, is now trans brown because there was a new set. It was that pirate spaceship
Oh.
from Mandalorian. The canopy is more of a dark bluish trans color, so that
Gotcha.
is now trans black, and all the old stuff that we had is now trans brown.
Well, that's just goofy. Earthquake.
These colors don't matter because
Oh, I see. So so there is one around that you have heard of, but it's too far.
yeah. In fact, I built it. I'm trying to see if I still have it together. I think I took it apart already. But I'm looking through my like boxes of crap that I took apart to see if I actually sorted it, which is very unlike me to like instantly sort something. I think I just
That sounds
dumped
like
it.
typical Lego people, unless they're very
Yeah, I think I just dumped it.
It's like, did you sort it already? No. When did you do it? 2 months ago.
Yeah, this is the recent sets that I just took apart. So the canopy might be in here, but I may have put the canopy away because it was nice.
That would make sense.
And I didn't want to get it all scratched up. by doing exactly this. There's a North one, a North Pennsylvania one, or
Maybe that's like Allentown
because we're living here in
or Scranton,
Allentown.
something like that.
So that.
Oh, I see. From what I've heard, like, and I know Ben, you guys do a lot of stuff. From what I've heard, though, like, from, I mean, I haven't been a member of the Lug for, it'll be a year in October, whenever Brickfest comes back around. But
You're a baby.
yeah, this is still my first year. But from what people were saying, I mean, like, you know, we got a couple YouTube streamers. We have our YouTube channel hasn't gotten much traction yet, but we're, you know, trying to encourage other people to do stuff. And like other lugs have told us, they're like, man, you guys are very active. And it's like, well, yeah, that's what you're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know, just how we do things, I guess. It's how we roll.
There is a very real discussion going on for lug activity and how active your lug is, what the activities are. So people being surprised that you have like an active YouTube channel and stuff. It's like, well, we kind of have to anymore. We actually finally we have a member of our lug who is also an RFLM. So they're very cognizant of what it is to be content creator type stuff, and
Right.
their method of what they do on a daily basis with Lego and how they interact with the public and how they interact with the product is a lot different from the regular lug people who build at their own speed and sometimes go to events if they want, but they don't have to. And sometimes we'll go to meetings. It's not required. We don't have dues or anything. You know, it's all very flat circled organizationally. It's all volunteer. It's all kind of like whenever you want to do it.
Right.
And most lugs are like that, but I think a lot of newer groups are starting to kind of, hey, we need to be a little more proactive about like being part of the community and being seen, you know, in places doing the things we like doing and stuff. So there's definitely a shift lately.
Well, I think part of that is, I know in the last quarterly meeting that we had with ours, they were talking about the fact that like there's always been this, you know, like, hey, you know, you should report, you know, what you've been doing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
and like nobody, you don't report it to anyone that really cares or is keeping track. It's just like, oh, you reported this, and like no one really is paying attention to that stuff. And so I think some people have gotten to the point where it's like, well, you get perks for doing, you know, being part of the lug, so we're just going to take advantage of that because, you know, I mean, we don't necessarily, there's no requirements, so to speak, and they may display once or twice a year or whatever, and then that's that. So I think that's where Lego's like, well, wait a minute, this isn't right.
Mm-hmm. No, that's 100% it. They want to make sure that active is, and their idea of active is ever changing.
Right.
Before the advent of, you know, lugs were around a lot longer than the internet.
Mm-hmm.
They just weren't really what we think of as lugs now. And then, you know, the influencers and the RFLMs and stuff weren't really around until maybe, you know, 2015, maybe. People have been doing YouTube channels since, I don't know, 2009 or whatever, but Lego is always kind of because they're a giant company, a little bit behind the shift. just because they have to move, as fast as they can, which is not always that fast. But to catch up now, it's like, well, yeah, people have been doing this for 10 years now.
Right.
And we realize that you're just now catching up, but this is also changing a lot of the ways that, regular lugs will conduct our business. As a really rambling thing, I'm trying to build at the same time.
No, it's true, because if you think about it, like, Lego as a company has just been they've been a company, and now they're like, oh, we've got all these other things that we need to do too.
Yeah. Well, and they've got to interact with the public, and they've got to make, make things that the newer generation of kids will enjoy.
Right.
Otherwise, their bottom line just suffers because, they're going to stagnate, so they can't afford to do that. And they want to be part of the AFOL community, but they also know that the AFOL community is, by definition, not kids, and they're trying to cater to a demographic that is not children, but at the same time, their product is for children. So I get it being a difficult thing for them.
Yep. So these are the turrets I made for the Hoth. I think they turned out.
Are those
pretty
made
good
out of
for
the
Yes.
engine parts?
Yes. Now some of them I bought. I recently bought on Bricklink, so I got some more of these curves and things, but I'm still missing a few. So as I'm taking things apart, I'm like, I still have these red pieces that are specific that I looked in my bags. Of like, I don't have extras. I got to take this part apart and fill something else in there and stuff. But it's been kind of funny doing this. But I think they turned out pretty good.
Yeah, those are nice. Those turrets are iconic too. There's no other
Correct
property that does that. There's no other science fiction that's like, or even old school medieval castle stuff that kind of looks like that. There's like watchtowers and things, but those are cable spindles just put up on their ends with a piece of pipe sticking out of one side of it. That's all.
Yeah. They did amazing stuff with what they had, and they're like, hey, well, let's try to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Now the pieces get reclaimed.
Oh, you know what's interesting? I just thought of something. Hey, Vab, try to save this. What happens when you save it?
Ooh, that's a good thing.
I wonder if, because this is pulled from my Google Drive.
Ooh.
I'm guessing it'll save a local copy for you.
Yeah, I got a local copy on my desktop.
Yeah. But it also shows that I haven't saved my file. Like if you look up in the corner.
Yeah,
it's hard to
I
see.
also noticed your windscreens never came in.
My windscreens, these?
Yeah, on my screen.
Oh, they
you
didn't.
don't see them?
Yeah.
Oh no, they look.
Oh, look at that. What about
Is there a refresh?
what about, so that's really weird because the brick does that one by two right here. Does that show up?
Yes, the 1x2 shows up.
Oh, and
but
the
was
tile
that one of
doesn't
the
either.
ones that you brought in before?
No, this was one of the new ones.
One of the new ones? Yeah, I don't know why the windscreens aren't popping in.
That's crazy. All right, well, let me try to save mine. I wonder if we close and reopen what happens, or if you close and reopen what happens. Yeah, Missy's been in the lug about a year. I bullied her into joining because she was on my in my stream a lot chatting. And I think went to 1 or 2 events, right? Like you went to a brick rodeo in Austin last year, and then started since sometime last year as well. I'm like fascinated by what Bab's doing with his setup because this is all new and fun.
It's neat when you can do a collaboration like this, just because, I mean, like, yeah, there's things that's just like, oh, never thought of that, never would have, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fun watching other people build too. Like I've taken 5 seconds to go over and like just watch him put his angled pickle together, which sounds dirty. You should never watch another man build a pickle.
Now he's coughing. It's your fault.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Never rub another man's rhubarb.
it popped in now.
that's weird.
Oh.
It must have taken a second to like pull from a DAT file or something. Because I
Yeah,
know it writes to a different DAT file, and without it loading, it did load one of them, so that's weird.
maybe the windscreens are something a little bit different than what a normal brick is or tile.
It could be. Well, you saw when I was doing the export from the part designer too. It was like it doesn't have enough to export, or it doesn't have its own. I was like, what? It's like I want to export this selected piece, and it's like, sorry, we can't do that. Like, how about if you just export everything on this screen and it's just one piece? And they're like, that we can do. Oh, look, there's a little bubble up here. Builders.
Oh.
It's got a little chat bubble now.
There you go. I like it.
That's super cute. I love it. Been to a few brick rodeos in Austin. Well, we've only had 2, right? Because there were brick fiestas before.
Oh, so the name of it is a new thing.
Yeah, the name's a new thing. Brick fiestas have been around since 2011. So we've been doing conventions for a while, but the names had to change for legal reasons a couple of years ago.
Really?
Yeah, there was something about the guy who owned the rights to the name Brick Fiesta was being kind of a pill. And like there's ongoing strife with this gentleman. And so it's hard to bring up with everybody. But
it's sad whenever that happens too, because there's really no reason for it. It's like
Yeah.
come on, you're trying to do a community fun thing for people to enjoy, you know, and just
yeah, it is frustrating. I would actually like this
like
to
a drama.
be...
Who would have thought? But I guess drama exists anywhere you have people.
I really thought this 3 windscreen came in trans yellow. Did it not? Like for like actual, not like this printed piece. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, good. I don't know why I'm having such a problem. Let's do a newer one. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. That's what I like to see.
As long as it's not people's natural gas.
My wife is so quick to remind me of how much drama there is in Lego, despite the fact that we're playing with kids' toys.
Yeah. Again, people get involved, but like, I don't know, they get in their own way, I think, sometimes, and just, I don't know.
You got a lot of collisions on this model, buddy.
Yeah, I haven't sorted it all out. I'm just trying to get a base
Shape.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
loving
got
it.
an idea in mind, and he's going for it.
Hey, look, it's a Star Wars ship from the early 2000s.
Hey, there we go.
Completely flat on the bottom.
It does look like that, yeah.
Which means that needs to be sorted.
Oh, little
So, yeah.
announcement, Ben.
Yes.
So Tuesday was my 98th stream.
Right. I know you're doing a
So-
100th stream giveaway.
Yep, I'm actually doing 3 things. So I'm going to be, I haven't picked the model yet. It's going to be a mock because that way otherwise people could just look up and be like, oh, how many pieces are on this thing?
Yeah.
So we're going to, while I'm doing the stream, I'm going to give hints and stuff like that in order to, you know, give people a chance, you know. So, but this is third place. It's just a really tiny set, Dinosaur Market. It's got the little raptor, the
Nice.
egg over there, and the amber.
That's a good hat piece too on the fig.
Yeah, yeah, the hat piece is really cool. All right, so that's third place. Second place is going to be that. Got a couple of
Cool.
those.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
That's
That's
a
got
good one.
some nice pieces on the Grogu.
Yeah, his little
carriage.
carrier. Yeah. And then first place is going to get this, which is a gift with purchase that's still sealed.
Ooh, Schmancy.
Yeah. And I keep forgetting. It's a Chevy something. I keep forgetting what it is.
Chevy
Yeah,
Bel
it's
Air.
not on there.
That's it.
It's a what?
It's a Bel Air.
Oh, a Bel Air. Cool.
Modeled
Yeah.
off after a Bel Air.
Yeah, the back, like, it almost looks like a 57 Chevy. But it doesn't have all the fender flares, and then it's got this little, like, the bowing in on the back.
Yeah.
So it's
I
very
built that
similar,
one.
but yeah.
The the only thing I don't like about it, because it's a super cute model. It's got great piece color, and great pieces, and the figures are fine for the thing.
Mm-hmm.
The surfboards on the side, and they're not. I don't think they're supposed to be surfboards. I think they're just supposed to be decorative. It's supposed to look like
Kind of
that.
like inlets.
Yeah, like they couldn't
Yeah.
really do inlets, but they did that. They fall off all the time.
Oh,
Like,
I bet.
There's zero clutch power on those surfboards.
I bet, yeah. Which, you know, it's fine. But I like how, like, they have, like, the little things here they do for, like, the windscreen, like, you know, and it's a pretty cool looking set.
Yeah, it was a fun build. I liked it.
Mhm.
Well, cool.
So-
I wish you luck. When's so you do Tuesdays, right?
Yes, yeah. So Tuesday, I haven't decided on the time and if I'm still going. I probably still will do Tuesday, but it's probably going to be a little bit earlier because I'm going to be. I haven't determined what I'm building for that. But it's not going to be a huge set, obviously. So it's going to take at least hour and a half or something like that. But yeah, it's probably going to be in 2 Tuesdays. Unless something changes, which it may. I mean, we've been trying to go to Florida for a while, but
Nice.
yeah, my wife has been interviewing for a new job and stuff, and that's been kind of getting in the way. So we're kind of waiting to see what happens, and if she gets it, then probably not going to happen. So it'll still go as scheduled, but
Yeah.
if not, we'll see. It might be a week later, so we'll find out.
Well, good luck to her.
Yeah.
And be excitedly looking. I'll try to not make plans next 2 Tuesdays.
Nah, that's perfectly all right. I mean, like, everyone has their things to do, but yeah, I announced it on my stream, and yeah, I'm excited because I never thought I would really be here for 100. So
Right. I've lost track. I know I started like 20. I think I blew past my 5-year anniversary this year, and I was just like, I don't care. Everybody's like, it's my 1000th, whatever. Or I've been doing this for 2 years, and I'm like, what's a thing,
right.
I think I did a giveaway when I got to 500 subscribers, mostly because I was excited I could have a community tab.
Right. Well, and that makes sense.
Yeah, because now I can like post and annoy people about how I'm not going to be able to stream today.
Like, sorry,
I'm sick.
I'm not feeling up to it. Yeah, should be a fun time.
another level of this.
Looking through my Technic thing. Remember this? The old pneumatic.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
You've
It's a
never seen the pneumatic?
but
Oh yeah.
for this set.
No, not for this set. No.
Oh.
I was looking through my Technic pieces because I'm looking for 2 pieces, and this just happened to be on the top. So yeah.
Very cool.
Old school.
No school like the old school.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what is this piece called? This is where this comes into play. Is it a round brick? It's on a curved slope. Or maybe it is.
Go back to your camera view.
It's this thing, but it's like a quarter of a sphere.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's
Modified
like the piece.
brick, maybe?
Oh, the half moon
Round.
slope.
I mean, I can probably find it by there it is. I try to look for it in the categories.
Yeah, it's
So I
a
can get
slope
used to whatever.
curve, 1 by 3 by.
Yeah, this is what I got. The dome. It's a round corner dome top, 3 by 3 by 2.
The names of some of those things are just amazing.
Well, and it's so funny because nobody calls them whatever they are in Lego. They call them whatever they are in Bricklink.
Right.
And
the
everyone
colors
was,
too.
Yeah, and everyone was panicked when Lego bought Bricklink because they're like, "Oh no, they're gonna change all the names and everything." And it's like, well, they haven't. They're probably going to soon, but cool. Yeah, and just so if you need this part, it's available in dark green. I'm gonna stick it over by you.
Aw. See, that's how you can be helpful. Be like, oh crap, I need that part. So instead of like giving it, it's like, here you go.
It does, especially like if you're like I buy on Bricklink all the time. I hardly ever use bricks and pieces on Lego's site. But the couple of times that I have, like I'm going through an old model or I'm going through an old set and it's got brittle brown or brittle green or something. And I want to replace it all because it was my set and it's broken and I want to replace it. And it ends up being like 5 pieces and I'll go to them and I'll be like, hey, these pieces broke. And they're like, great. What is, and I'm like, oh, are they roof tiles? Are they flat plates? Are they like some other weird thing that Lego calls their pieces that I don't know what they are?
Right. Oh, that's a long piece.
I thought for sure that these were in trans yellow. It's not. I'll tell you another thing with other people on the chat or on the stream and being able to like look at somebody else building, the time is flying by.
You're right.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
Like it's almost 9:30.
Yeah, it's almost. Yeah, I was just noticing. It's almost 10:30 here. So it's like, huh? That's just flown by.
What are you doing in there?
You'll find out soon.
That is very, very interesting.
Shy Hulud. Bless the maker
got-
is coming.
He's got an idea in his head, that's for sure.
Yep. And you can tell it's a good idea because he's quiet. Don't
His
talk to
voice
me.
That's
has-
just my typical personality. I only speak up when things are important.
Not me, man. I'm a theater kid. If there's silence, I'm uncomfortable. I gotta fill the void, which is why I married a person with anxiety, because she will talk all the time, and I can just sit there and be like, I don't have to talk for 5 minutes.
Take it over.
These come in any other color but green. They
Oh,
do
there's
come in
the piece.
green. Look at that.
I was wondering where that was. I'm like, oh, it's on the bottom. Oh, now I've done it. I broke that decal, so
That
It
goes
was
like,
coming
we can
in.
replace that, no problem. What color is it? I have no idea, but it's green. Yeah. Okay, now is it moss green? Is it acid green? Is it alien planet sky green? It's like, where do you get these colors, Lego?
yeah, I was gonna say there's definitely two. I keep calling the one moss for the Harry Potter thing. It's like the darker green, and then there's like a lighter green that's kind of like, oh,
You-
that's more like
You
grass.
do actually call it moss green. That's hilarious. I totally just made that up.
Yeah, I always, because I mean, it looks like it's like, oh, it's a little piece of moss that's sitting here. There's a tree that goes on top of it or whatever, and like, you know,
Right.
it's moss.
I was going
Like-
through. What was I doing? I was talking to somebody about building. Oh, it was the Starry Night when I was building it. How many different blues there are?
Oh
Lego
gosh.
is ridiculous with blues.
Good night, you are.
Good night, you are.
Oh yeah, I've seen pictures of that set, and it's yeah,
Ah!
I can imagine.
It went everywhere. It's a pickle lightsaber.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, that wins.
I appreciate that, Vab. That's actually really cool looking.
That's super great. Well, save that off.
I'm sure
just-
with
I
some.
just- Go ahead.
I'm sure with some better techniques and everything, it will. You could actually make it. This is just a
I
fun
mean-
little thing.
I'm gonna have to build that now and just be like, display that and be like, this is in tribute to my buddy Ben.
Yeah. It's a pickle
Well, I think
saber.
you need to get some
What?
elastic on some slope curves.
You
Yeah.
could put some big, a couple big ones on the side, like a couple
Oh,
of
yeah.
the big decals. That would be great.
Yeah, and that's easy enough to do with that's what I did with the Q2 is just put one logo over like 8 slopes or something. That's hilarious. I love it.
Well, and you can always take the lightsaber part off and put some wheels on it, and you got yourself a pickle-mobile.
A pickle-mobile, yeah.
That's
works,
actually
man.
pretty cool because it's like a conversion model. Like you could have it so like the wheels like you either could fold up or just whatever out of the way, and it's like there you go.
And if you did some like of those big cartwheels, like the engines on the Tana V4, they can be like the what's the word I'm looking for?
Which ones? These ones?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
You put them on those are the wheels for the pickle-mobile, but they're also like the emitters for the top of the lightsaber.
Oh yeah. That actually would not be a bad idea. All right, see, this is what doing this does. You collaborate, you get
Mhm.
the ideas flow from one to the other, and everyone's like, "Wow, why didn't we think of this before?"
Right. I think that's too many. 2 is fine. downside of this entire classic space is some of these parts just don't live in green.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it's like, well, I guess you're black then.
And that's where you go, why not?
Yeah.
We should start a petition. Be like, we need Vlasic, and they'll be like, what?
Yeah.
We'll start a change.org petition. That'd actually be kind of funny if it was like, oh yeah, that worked.
I've seen weirder.
I agree, yeah.
Oh man, this is the first time like my bracket math has worked.
It did. And you know what? That color does not look bad on it, you know, against the green.
Yeah, black is fine. I've got a. This is black in here. It's fine. Brick around. He's coming green. I'm rewatching Rebels, getting ready for Ahsoka,
Right.
and I forgot how much Hondo is in it, and God, I love Hondo so much.
One of the guys here has a Hondo. He's an actor, and he does a very, very good Hondo. He's
He does like the voice.
Oh, he's very, very. I'll have to. I don't know if I've taken a video of him, but like every time I'm around, whenever he's doing that, like he's got the face like is all latex, like it's a latex mask and everything, and it just.
Oh man,
he's so good at it, and it's very
like,
hot for him.
Yeah, I love doing the voice. It's very fun to do the voice. You know.
Yes.
Oh, my friend Ezra Bridger.
Yep, and he does that very, very well. He does like the little
me to the
dancing. He like does all the little twirls and stuff, and oh yeah, he just hams it up. He's so good.
I love how there's the younger Hondo from Clone Wars too, and now in like Rebels, he's a little older, but he's still, you know,
he's not changed.
No. Yeah, he's one of my favorites. Let's see. What would go good with... Probably just cones. Ooh, dark green. Thank you. Trans yellow cone. Bingo. And these house of cards will fall like dominoes. Checkmate.
That's beautiful.
That started too. I gotta watch that next. The new season of Futurama on Hulu.
I can't believe they're still going. I mean, it's kind of like The Simpsons, like just on and on.
Yeah. Well, Futurama's also had like a 5-year gap.
Ah, that's true.
Now what are we doing? Now what is this? Oh, you got them. They come in green.
Oh, look at that. Apparently, I wonder what they're from.
Hulk.
Oh,
Is there a Hulk figure? Because these are like those crappy knee joints. In
Oh,
the
yeah.
new mech figs that don't bend. They're just permanently bent knees.
Yeah, that bothers me.
I don't know what else they're in. I'm sure they're in other sets.
Hulk would make sense.
They make great structures for cylinders.
Yeah, I mean, this is a perfect. What is this? 10? 1, 2, 3, 4,
8 side.
8.
I would say it would have to
Nice.
be, yeah. 10 would be a weird looking shape.
Hashtag we need plastic. Man, the
That would be fantastic.
the
I'm gonna.
Texas Capitol was 10 sides, or no?
Oh, really?
20 sides. Yeah, it was a really dumb number. So I had to make a dome out of, or I had to make a the bottom side of the dome and then the dome, and it was like I tried to break it up into quarters, but it was 5 per quarter, so that it's like dividing 5 into 90, and it was like some stupid 22.5 degrees or something, and it was like, oh man, trying to do 22.5 degrees in studio.
I was just doing that on my live stream.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yesterday, yeah, because what were you working on? The Star. You were working on the Star.
Starship.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Starship, yeah. So are you doing kind of the same what they did with the Apollo, the Saturn V?
No, this
Where
is
you're
going to
doing
be
like a
lot
core of
bigger.
it, and oh, okay. But I mean the same sort of with the core, and then like building kind of spokes out to get the rounded parts.
No, I'm actually using this. I'm going to be using this technique right here.
That is pretty big.
That's what.
Yeah, it'll be a lot smaller than what this is, but it's a similar technique.
Cool. That's very, very cool. Now I need... That sucks. I give Beth a bunch of crap all the time because I was like, text me when you get to work. 'Cause she's driving at night. She's got astigmatism, so she's got halos when she drives.
Oh.
And I was like, just text me when you get there so I know you're okay. And she always texts at like 11 o'clock going, shoot, sorry, I'm here. But this time she texted right as she got there, and I wasn't even looking at my phone. I'm like, oh, man.
You weren't expecting.
Yeah. Slope. Some of these are not going to exist, I don't think. There's a green inverted slope.
I see green.
Oh, I
Huh.
see green.
Yeah.
Nice.
For the number of pieces you've put on and stuff, I'm pretty impressed that there's that many that are green.
Well, and some of these, like I'm pretty sure some of these don't exist. I'm doing my best, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it because I mean, eventually, I'd like to build some of these.
Mm-hmm.
But like green overall is just expensive.
Yeah.
I've found.
You need to make the
let's-
Vlasic fleet.
Right. It's the most expensive fleet ever.
Starfleet? No. Imperial Fleet? No. Vlasic fleet.
Classic fleet.
Not just a pickle anymore.
Well, it'll be a pickle when I'm trying to buy all this. Hey, Mm. Printed. I want to see. It doesn't. Okay, cool. I'm like changing things on my side and seeing if it changes anything on Bab's side.
Oh yeah.
This is not the right color, but Classic Space needs to have this. Okay.
Every time you hear Plastic Space, I'm thinking my mind switches immediately to pigs in space. Plastic Space.
Wouldn't that be storks in space?
No,
Pigs
no,
in
that was
Space.
Pigs in Space from Muppets.
Well, I was thinking of the Velocity logo.
Oh, if you were doing him, but yeah, it's just I don't know, I just hear it that way.
Hmm.
Did you guys hear that? I was yelling at my wife.
Did we hear
should
it?
be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's-
in a good way.
That's rude.
No, she was asking me a question, and so I muted my. I just wanted to make sure that I actually did mute.
Oh, yeah. We didn't hear nothing.
Woohoo.
Oh, come on. Oh, that one's green. Light aqua. That's not green.
Oh man, look at that! Look at that!
Yeah, it's coming together.
Woo!
I'm over here looking for stupid tail fins.
Oh yeah. What is that? What is that giant one from? I don't think
This
I've
one?
ever seen. You've ever seen one that big? Quite. Yeah.
There's
That
also
from-
this one. Well, let's see.
It'd be like a piece in a Titanic. Well, it's a tail, obviously.
So, bunch of different planes,
Yeah.
helicopters. There's an old space shuttle. That's a newish space shuttle? These masks?
Yeah, I don't recognize that one.
This isn't that this is the newer city one, I thought.
Oh, maybe.
Well, 2015. So not terribly new. Oh man, I loved this series.
Which series was that?
Galaxy Squad. I
don't
love
remember that.
Galaxy Squad. I mean, look at that. That was awesome.
Oh, oh man, that's it. That is cool. When did that come
Yeah.
out?
These are old.
Yeah.
2013.
Okay.
But I mean, the bugs on this were really rad. There was
That's like Starship Trooper style.
yeah, and there's some bigger ones that aren't listed in here. That's a pretty big one. There was a big spaceship one.
Centipede.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. It came with these cool eggs.
Oh man.
They're two pieces that split in half. They're really useful for other things. Let's see what else. Super big one. I'm guessing another plane. Comes in lavender. Only 5 sets.
I wonder if
Medium
there's a
lavender.
cruise ship that has that.
What is coming? Oh, Heart Lake Airport. That's right. Yeah. That's a nice looking plane, though. Rest of this is whatever, but I mean that's a good large wing piece there and everything. That's fun. The which sets? Don't you remember the Galaxy Squad?
Yeah, I don't remember
those were
ones.
those were awesome. I got every single one of them. Bug pieces and these guys with their rad heads and like the robot heads. They were really great.
That's my years that I was not as big into Lego. Like I had my childhood years where I was big into Lego. Then there was like the brief period right after college and everything, and then back into it. So
yeah. See, I remember there being another really big vehicle, but maybe that was it. I mean, that's still pretty big. I still find these wings all over the place.
yeah,
These figures. And like little antenna. Like I'll be digging through a box. I'm like, no, it's an antenna.
Interesting.
Pickle rocket.
I will be right back.
These need to be higher. I have to do that specifically. It's weird. I think the only disconcerting part so far, other than like the workspace going away, is I can make the workspace disappear for me and I just won't see it. It'll still be there for him. Oops. Is the way that the workspace bounces up and down when we're working, but also when you can kind of see the side over here. Neither of us work in steps, so it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, however many big steps, right? But every once in a while you can see the parts jumping up and down a little bit. It's kind of funny.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
Man, that's looking wonderful.
What?
This whole cylinder thing is looking pretty spectacular.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
It's not like he hasn't done it before.
I was gonna say he's going really quick too.
Yeah, I actually figured this technique out when I was doing a contest on Brooklyn for the squirrel contest. So I started doing it. Yeah, it was a couple years ago. It was where they only give you a certain amount of parts you can use, and then you had to do some type of themed scene. And mine, I did like Romeo and Juliet type things, using the same similar parts with these guys.
Interesting.
Those guys, right? The 79846, those bent pieces. And I created
yeah.
a stump. I created a stump with them, and then inside the stump was a stage, and it was the full one of the Romeo and Juliet scenes.
Oh, cool.
On the outside, I had all mossy green type things on it.
You were super creative, man. So did you win?
No,
That's no fun. That sounds like that would be a winner.
I got a lot of good comments on it though, but it wasn't. Let me see if I can find it.
Wasn't enough, huh?
Yeah.
Genius is not understood in its time.
Mm. Not appreciated in his lifetime.
Nope. Someone will dig it up and be like, "Oh man, this was incredible."
I actually got it. I just need to find out where I put it.
That's a really interesting illusion looking at it from the top. I don't know, something about it just like kind of looks. Now Ben's like, "Oh, I gotta see."
Yeah. I want to go look.
Like straight, coming straight.
Well, it's also really cool because it's not like keeping these studs up.
Right.
So however the math works between all this stuff, that's really cool. And then you can just probably duplicate it.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't go much more than, I would say 10 studs high, because when you're building the internal structure, it actually is really weak until you start putting the exterior stuff on. But once you put the exterior stuff on, I have rolled that cylinder down a flight of stairs and it wouldn't have come apart.
Well, you got to test, right?
I would bring my planet in, but it might crash the program.
How big is that thing?
It's a 6-foot diameter.
Ooh, yeah, do it.
Ooh, no. You should show the what's the thing you bought? Was it the executor?
What was that?
13-foot long executor or whatever it was.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, the one we need to start working on. Start getting pieces for.
It needs some work on it. There's a lot that I like about it, but there's a lot that the original designer did. He did not. He just made it the same color. So you have to go in and figure out what pieces are not available.
Right.
Where did my... Ah, there we go. Now I just got to find it in studio.
Let me know when you're about to break it. I'm gonna watch.
That's a big bag of Lego.
I don't know if it'll come in for you, but
Yeah, at least you know knows what I'm talking about with Galaxy Squad. That's good.
Yeah. Yep, I don't remember that one at all. Which is sad because it looks fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Look.
It's so pretty. That's really neat.
But yeah, it was Project Acorn on Bricklink. It was, like I said, a couple years ago. But that's when they introduced that curved piece with that. And then when I designed this, I'm like, I wonder if I could use that as a cylinder structure.
Mhm.
And worked on it for a couple hours, and then the cylinder is exactly what I got, and it worked out perfectly. I don't know if Lego intended for that or not, but I've been using that technique.
It worked for you.
Yeah, I've been using the technique for 2 or 3 builds now. Actually, 4 builds. Especially when you start designing larger cylinder type objects.
Yeah, that's great. These nice fat 3x3 tiles on there too. All right. Well, we got about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to turn into a pumpkin.
Totally get that. Well, I mean, this has been absolutely insanely fun.
Yeah, this was very cool. I loved learning about the software and seeing cool stuff that's being built, and that it can be done.
Yeah, it's just
It opens up a lot of possibilities.
It does, and it's future shows and whatnot. You can have guests come on and do exactly this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you guys are available Sunday morning, I'd love to have you back. We can just do this. If not, I'm just going to build a set.
What time?
It would be 8 a.m. your time.
I should be able to make it. I'll probably be right around 7:30, 7:45.
Yeah, and pop in, pop out if you want. I'm going to be doing probably this or just for fun.
Okay.
Or Horizon machines or, something. But I mean, working together is kind of fun to go back and forth and look at stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think having a lot of people on, because we'll probably have maybe 20, 30 people, maybe. It's still early, but there's been about 20 people or so watching on most streams.
Oh, fantastic.
So that'll be fun to have people kind of see going back and forth what all the fun is. But
I'll see if I can have something more exciting to build or whatever, but I should be able to do that.
no, I mean, this is, it's good to have more people to talk to.
Right.
Because my voice arrest, I don't have to talk the whole time.
Johnny, you need to get Studio downloaded on your computer.
There you
But
go.
I don't know
But-
anything about it.
You don't need to know anything about it.
It's so click and play. It's super easy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason I've been playing with it for 5 years now. Is because it's so easy to. I mean, and Bab knows. You have an idea, and it takes 15 minutes to get like at least the idea out, and then you can
Right.
tweak and whatever you need to. But it's so much easier that like LDraw used to be such a pain in the butt. I was just not good at like the actual CAD programs that were like actual CAD programs versus this is just like drag and drop, and it's so
Right.
much
Yeah.
easier.
I remember when LDD first came out, and it was for it was on Lego's website or something. It was
Mhm.
horrid. I did one
Yeah.
project on there, and I quit. I just couldn't deal with
You
the
hated
program
everything.
anymore.
Well, in LDraw or LDD, the Lego one especially, it wasn't even like the moving the pieces around in space was fine. It was just the selecting. It's trying to find the pieces.
Yeah.
They had them categorized so poorly. There were like limited features for what you could do with them in space. And LDraw had a lot more features. It was a little more robust, but it became like it was a real learning curve to get to figure out how a lot of that worked. But there's a lot of stuff that they used now in Studio that they got from LDraw, like the copy and mirror and some of the connecting points and flipping. And so
just makes
I'm kind of
sense
glad
to
it
do that.
existed because it made this software a little better.
What I would
But-
like to see Studio become is more like closer to Blender, still keeping the same thing as this, but allowing add-ons.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh, that
for,
would be
for
cool.
rendering and being able to make movies and more animation type stuff. Now I know
Yeah,
you can,
the animation
you can-
on here is pretty limited.
I know you can use there is an add-on for Blender. You can import your projects into Blender and be able to do your animations in that. But I think if you would just combine it all into one program or have the ability for an add-on for this program, it would make it so much easier.
And I think that may come from Bricklink's association with Lego. I think Bricklink on its own probably wasn't in. I think Blender was probably a bigger company than Bricklink.
At the
So
time, yeah.
it comes down to money to be able to like, hey, can we use a part of your, software to add on to ours? It's like, why would we want to do that? But now that
Right.
Lego kind of works with Bricklink, now it's like, well, Lego is asking if we can do it. So that may help. We'll see. Yeah, I totally agree that they could open it up a little bit.
So please.
Yeah. Because we're cute and adorable and plucky and
Yeah.
but, well, this was cool, dudes. I'm gonna go ahead and kill it. You can hang out on the stream. We can wrap up in a second, but thanks for being on. And yeah, so 7 a.m. Central Time, so 8 a.m. Eastern Time for y'all. Sunday
Okay.
morning, I'll be back, and we'll do a couple hours then, and we can just do this again. I'll have some talking points about like Lego news and stuff. We can chat
Okay.
a little more. I realize we drifted off into our own build brains a little bit, but that's fine.
I mean, it does happen whenever you're doing a multi, and it's just like poof.
I've done that before, and I at least didn't even have other people to bounce off of. It's just me in silence with like 2 people in chat. I'm like, oh, I haven't said anything in 10 minutes. Sorry.
Well, that's how my stream was yesterday. I was just like, I don't know anything to talk, and I just got focused on doing the build. And I'm like, oh crap, I got chat. I'm actually on
Yeah,
stream.
exactly. I have to
So I would-
engage stupid humans.
So I would ask questions, and be like, "Hey, wake up!"
I was completely ignoring chat the entire time. Like was asking questions, Johnny was asking questions, my fiance was in chat asking questions, and I'm just there completely ignoring it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to end this now, but I will. I'll hang on real quick, and then we'll chat about it later. But thanks to Missy for being in chat, and Zissou, and whoever else was
Yeah.
in chat tonight. And
Good to see
hopefully, if it's
everybody.
not too early, we'll see you on Sunday.
You guys can get up once.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Bye, everybody.
See ya.